Hi, witches, blessed be. This is WhiteRaven over here. Today is definitely not Monday, and I'm super excited to be here with you guys because I'm really I'm really excited to share this with you, and I really hope that help you out, and it gives you different perspective when it comes to spell casting. If you're new to this channel, my name is WhiteRaven, and I welcome you. Welcome to my channel. I am here to teach you basics on witchcraft, spell casting, and how to be a witch. This is something that interests you, please hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you can get my videos every week. Ooh, let's get on it. So guys, how many of you have texted me before, WhiteRaven, this spell is not working for me. I have all the ingredients, I did it exactly how you said to do it, and it's just not working for me. Well, let me tell you something that may change your results. Guys, sometimes we have to do more than one spell for one situation. But let me explain myself, because it's not doing the spell 3 times. It's doing different type of magic for the same objective. So this is called logical progression. So what do I mean with this? Well, sometimes guys, we make this spell, we send it out, right time, right planets, right planetary hours, right day, right phase of the moon, the perfect ingredient, and the spell is not working. And you are like, even if you're a seasoned witch, okay, this is for everybody. And then you're like, okay, I have all the elements that I need for this spell. How come this spell is not working for me? I put all my justifier anger into this. It is just what I'm asking for. Why is not working for me? Well, guys, maybe sometimes we are addressing that situation wrong. And I'm going to explain myself to you. A few years ago, I made a video telling you of reasons why magic may not be working for you. I suggest for you to also watch that video because I strongly believe that sometimes magic, no matter what, is not going to work. Now, you should use logical progression. If this is something that you know it should be working for you and it's not working, let me tell you why, and let me tell you what are we doing wrong. You need to address the situation the right way. And sometimes, guys, before that situation that we want happens, we need to soften the whole circumstances. We need to just like watch and see what's going to be the weakest side of the fence for us to just jump in. And I'm going to explain myself to you. Let's say you have a neighbor that is a vermin, is driving you crazy. You want that person out, gone, and never come back again. And you're working your neighbor day in and day out, day in and day out. I want this person to move, and the person is not moving. It's not moving. Well, let's back up a little bit. Let's stop. Let's use our critical thinking. What else can I do in order for my spell to work? Well, maybe we should do a few other spells before we throw out the big guns. Maybe your neighbor needs a little bit of confusion in his head, and you can send some confusion to your neighbor. Once your neighbor gets confused, maybe, just maybe, he's gonna have problems at work. And guess what's gonna happen? He's not gonna have money to pay for his house. Once you see something like this happening, then you send the final kick. Then you send the final punch. And you either banish the person, hotfoot the person, or whatever you deem proper in your circumstances. Let me give you another example. Let's say you have an enemy. Let's say you have somebody that is absolutely being evil to you, but it's somebody with power. Let's say it's somebody at work. Let's say it's your boss. Let's say it's your manager. You have an awful manager, because many of you guys request these spells as well. But this manager sells good. Let's say it's just because I work in retail, this is how I'm relating to what I do. So let's say this manager sells fantastic. So what is the first thing that you want to do in order for you to get rid of this manager? Because if you send a spell for that manager to be removed out of your work, the manager is great. He's a person that is selling a lot. And if you're working in retail, you know as well as I do that if the person sells, they're not going anywhere, even if they're the worst manager in the world. So instead of sending a spell to have that manager being removed out of work, Maybe you want to do a spell to hurt that person's sales abilities. Send a spell to get this person so confused that he's going to be making mistakes with the clients. And in turn, the clients are going to be making really bad reviews about your boss. Once you have that situation happening, that's when you banish that person. Do you understand what I'm saying? You want to confuse, maybe you want to hurt the health of the person. And I'm sorry, I know this sounds really nasty, but sometimes we got to do what we got to do. And once that person is confused, send him a bad cold. The person is not only confused, is being terrible selling now is sick, so he's taking a lot of days off of work, and then you can work with that person to be banished out of the position. I'm going to give you another example. Let's say you feel your husband is not being caring towards you anymore. It feels like your husband is not attracted to you anymore. Why is that? Well, you then do a magnificent spell, a honey jar, you do some kind of candle magic so your husband gets more attracted to you, and it's not working. But then you don't notice that your husband is having a lot of stress at work. And due to the stress, maybe your husband is being absolutely and completely uninterested to you, uninterested to anything else because he has way too much stress at work. And maybe, just maybe, he's also drinking. And you're like, what is going on? This person is not attracted to me anymore. He's not caring to me anymore. He's drinking as well. What's going on? So let me make a spell to make him attracted to me. And it's not going to work because there's some other circumstances that are affecting your husband's ability to be attracted to you again. So you have to address first the circumstances that are affecting your husband and are prohibiting him from being attracted to you. Maybe you want to send him a spell of clarity of mind. Once you feel that he's getting better control at work, maybe you can start working with addiction spells and have him drink even less. And once you see that he's drinking less, then you're going to do the attractive spell. By all means, keep him in a honey jar. That's great. But if you're going to do some kind of candle work, algún amarre or something like that, make sure that he is able to get that magic. Because otherwise, a lot of the circumstances in your husband's life is going to prevent him from even feeling the spell that you send in towards him. It's going to be impossible, guys. Something that I said before. Sometimes we try to cure a cold with Pepto-Bismol. Sometimes we try to cure a stomachache with NyQuil. It's not going to happen, guys. We have to consider other circumstances that are happening around the target of your spell before you send a spell, and visualize it. Okay, if I send this spell, is he going to perceive this spell? Or there's too many other things that are not going to let this signal get to the person that I'm trying to work. Again, guys, this is called logical progression. I'm going to link in the description of the video a little booklet that I really love, that you guys will find really interesting and very helpful at the time of you performing your magic. It is easy, it is logical, super easy, guys, and it will be of great help to you when you are making your spells. Logical progression. If one spell is not working for you, chances are you need to soften the situation with other spells before you send, boom, the big guns out there. Please email me, lairofthewitch@yahoo.com, lairofthewitch@yahoo.com, and please visit my website, WhiteRaven and Witch's Lair. Become a member, because every time I write a post, I write a blog, you guys can get it. You can print it, you can put it in your book of shadows. It is always awesome talking to you, witches. Until next time, stay wicked. And don't be hexing the moon, okay? Bye.